spaces for the teams to train and exercise and warm up. And then you need 6 stadiums worldwide. So Kenya doesn't need to do that. Uganda doesn't need to do that, neither Tanzania. But the beauty is, I mean, for these 3 countries to come together, as exciting and as inspiring it is from a football perspective, it's also about our people. Jobs are being created. They are trading together. Investments are taking place amongst our 3 nations. Our people, because sometimes these borders are artificial. We are the same people on the same side of the river, but that river separates us. And it's part of our commitment to an Africa where all of us work together with our neighbors for football development, but also for jobs, for investment, for tourism, and for improving the living conditions of our people. So those stadiums, I mean, Yanga will be using all of those stadiums. Is that correct, Mike Chairman? You are building a new stadium. You see, I don't know which team. You like Simba or you like Yanga? No, you don't. And all the others. And so those infrastructure will be used by our football clubs, by our national teams, because also we're having more competitions coming now. More CAF competitions, more national team competitions. There's going to be a national team competition every year. So the quality of African players will be world class. So when we compete in the World Cup, we will do it even better because we are being kept at the highest level. So those facilities, those stadiums will be utilized, will be maintained, and will be there for posterity. And yeah, you said there's the elections in Kenya. When are the Kenya elections? It's August, eh? Yeah, we will be finished by then. You will know by then how wonderful you have become. Okay, next question quickly. Let's go to the ladies. No, give the ladies. Man, lady. There's a lady.
Before Mr. President.
No, just no.
Sorry.
We still one person at a time, if you don't mind.
My apologies, sorry.
Let's go to the lady in the back. I promise you a
What did
I asked a question about General Secretary.
Retirement.
Yes.
Yeah, but the retirement is governed by our rules and regulations. And we deal with those things in accordance with not just legality but governance. So we will take the best decision as CAF concerning employees. Now, I've got so many I don't know, I'll get guidance, Sengo, you might know. In many companies, when you reach a retirement age, the leadership, the board, can extend it for a year on a year basis, or they can decide to find somebody else. So we will deal with that in accordance with not just our rules and regulations, but also in accordance with governance, global best practices. Thank you.
In the back.
Okay, thank you, President. My name is Esther from Raisi News.
If you don't mind, because there's cameras behind you.
Okay.
That are live.
Should I listen?
You can sit down.
Yeah, but I think they would much rather look at you than the president.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. You can come in front, come this side. Wonderful. There's the new Secretary General of CAF. It's fine. Please proceed. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much. My first, should I start introducing myself again?
That's fine. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Esther from TBC, News the English Department. And my first question would be, what's your overall assessment on the preparedness of the host countries? I know this is your first visit, but what's the general assessment to date?
What do you think I should say? What? Because you live in Tanzania.
Yes.
What do you think?
We're doing a good job.
I agree with you.
Okay, then my second question, because earlier...
I'm so proud to hear you say that. Please continue.
I appreciate it. So, as you're earlier speaking, you say that you are attending the Afcon Premier League meetings, and we can all agree, and we are witnesses, that they are in international level standards. And thank you for being bold about Africans believing in ourselves to host our own football. So, how is practically CAF playing a role in supporting the host countries? We know Tanzania, Kenya, and Uganda is the first time collaborating hosting. So what's the practical role is CAF playing in making sure we meet the international standards?
Brilliant question, brilliant. There's a CAF team as we speak that has been here for the last few weeks. They've been in Tanzania, they're now in Kenya, and then they'll be going to Uganda because they are on the ground. And there's going to come a time soon when they'll be based permanently. Several months before the competition starts, working with the local organizing committee, engaging, and you must come and also tell them where you think that there's areas where we can do better, where we can improve.
Is it a formal invitation?
Sorry?
Is it a formal invitation for me to be there?
A formal invitation, absolutely. Yeah. And thank you. You see, what I like is just what you represent, the confidence, the enthusiasm of the future of this country. And that's why we want together to host, because remember, there's 126 countries that will be watching the match. And you've got, Tanzania is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. And we know, having experienced in the past, the same applies to Kenya and Uganda. Many people will come and watch the game, but also go to Serengeti, go to Arusha, go to Zanzibar, which is beautiful. But what we like even more is that they're going to come back, and we'll be working together in partnership. We're going to need lots of people to assist and to volunteer, and others we will have to work with them and employ them. So thank you for those questions. Thank you so much.
You can move that side. Maybe you can just pass the microphone to your colleague there. Thank you so much. Asante.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Pablo Almas. I'm from Crown Media. Well, I have a few questions. The first one is, how do you want Afcon 27 to be remembered in CAF history?
CAF Executive Committee, the first one that has been held here in Tanzania. Mr. President, Lazima.
Thank you very much, Lance. Thank you so much. Let me really start by expressing my deep gratitude to our leadership from Exco. Really, CAF and African football should be so proud of each and every one of the Exco members who are here today. And I really want to say how proud I am listening to some of the comments and some of the advice that was made in the meeting, because I was yesterday in Brussels during the UEFA Congress, and I usually go there to see how are we comparing as Africa with the best in the world, and UEFA is indeed the most successful by many standards. And listening today to the views, the guidance and advice, we can be proud. The quality of people we have who lead African football are world class. And of course, with our brand new president of Sekafa, who's from Eritrea, very, very proud. And I want to express my deep gratitude to our vice presidents. Thank you so much for your leadership, and thank you for your guidance, and thank you for advice, and thank my brother Wallace, our brother Wallace Karia, for hosting us, and our brothers, the president of Kenya football, very well, and our vice president from Uganda. Thank you so much. It's important that I specifically wanted the first meeting after the Afcon to be here in Tanzania. And just to re-emphasize what I said in Morocco, which is that the Afcon next year in Kenya, in Tanzania, in Uganda is going to be enormously successful, enormously successful. And I saw, as I said, over the last few days, I see lots of media speculation, whether it's social media or even, I'm told, in the Guardian, the Guardian newspaper. In London, one of the most respected newspapers in the world, that there was an allegation that I am here to tell Tanzania and Kenya and Uganda that I'm taking away the Afcon because our three countries are not going to be ready. That's totally unfounded. You know, sometimes, you know, I say certain things and the media just either say something totally opposite, or like in this context, that I am enormously confident that we will succeed. Will there be challenges? There are always challenges. I had a big challenge in Cameroon. Soon after I became president, I was told by people whose views I respect that Cameroon is not ready. You have to take it away. And they gave me recommended a number of countries which were ready because they had the infrastructure. But we have to believe in ourselves as Africans. We have to believe in our people and recognize that there'll be challenges, but like we did in Tanzania, I remember like we did in Cameroon. Cameroon was a huge success. And when we went to Cote d'Ivoire, the president of Cote d'Ivoire is here, the same problem. Lots of media saying Cote d'Ivoire will never be ready and we should take it away. But as I said, that principle that has made us in African football to succeed is because I was very clear, CAF was very clear, African football was very clear, that we're going to work together despite any challenges. And Afcon next year in Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda is going to be enormously successful. One of the reasons why I was insisting that the CHAN takes place in our three countries, even though I recognize we were all working very hard to be ready last year in February, but when it was clear to me that we were not ready, I was also clear in my mind that we would all work together and have a CHAN last year, August, which was the most successful CHAN. Just one final point I want to say so that I can close this. I was at the World Economic Forum in Davos, and I've been going to these big meetings with some of the most prominent businessmen and heads of state. And there's always a huge obligation on us from Africa, as well as a huge commitment by all of us to make sure that we show our people that we can host an Afcon, we can host a football competition like the best in the world. We've just had the most successful Afcon in the history of this competition in Morocco. We had an enormously successful Afcon in Cote d'Ivoire. We had a successful Afcon in Cameroon. But we also have to send a message to all of our people on the continent that we believe in our capacity to succeed. We believe in our capacity to be as good as the best in the world, because we have the skills and also we have the self-belief and the integrity. And that's why I really hope I will not hear this. I hope nobody will ask me that question as well. Whether the Afcon is going to be taken away, or whether it's going to be in Kenya, Tanzania. You can ask me whatever question you want. If you want to ask me, go ahead and ask me. But I'm just emphasizing that I have a huge amount of confidence, and I'm going to work very hard, and we are all going to work. The EXCO is going to work hard. My vice presidents are going to work hard. I'm so proud of Wallace, the president of football in Tanzania. I'm so proud of Mohammed, the president of football in Kenya, and I'm proud of my vice president, our vice president in Uganda. I'm proud of Magogo. And let me repeat, there will be information in the media over the next few months that this stadium is not ready, this pitch is not ready, the grass is not ready, there are not enough hotels, and we'll fix those challenges. We're going to have a celebration. And I was very proud, and I can say it as the president of the 54 football nations in Africa. I was so proud, Wallace, of how Tanzania played. Wallace?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to see you, Wallace. You are hiding somewhere.
No.
Yeah. I go forward, you go backwards, I go backwards, you go forward. I was so proud of how Tanzania played in Morocco. Very, very proud. I was so proud of how Uganda played. And in my head, Mohammed, I was also proud of how Kenya would have played. And we are going to use this competition to identify the best talent amongst our young boys and girls. And East Africa is going to be a powerhouse of the best football on the continent. As much as West Africa is a powerhouse, North Africa is a powerhouse, Southern Africa is a powerhouse. So let's put that aside. And I really want to thank President Samia, Madam President Samia. Please pass our deep gratitude to her for her commitment and for her support. And it's that sort of confidence and commitment, Wallace, by Madam President and by the government and the people of Tanzania that gives me a huge amount of confidence that we are going to succeed. And do the same, President Ruto was sending a beautiful selfie around, or a video of the beautiful stadiums. Please pass our regards and say that we are thankful for his support and the people of Kenya. And my brother, please, President Motsepe, the same, and the government of Uganda and the people of Uganda. Now, I have to go and talk about Morocco. And the first thing I want to do about Morocco is to express my personal deep gratitude and the deep gratitude of the 54 member associations on the continent who represent 54 countries. Our deep gratitude to His Majesty King Mohammed VI, may God assist him. Our deep gratitude to the people of Morocco. Our deep gratitude to the government of Morocco. Our deep gratitude to our brother Fauzi and the Royal Morocco Football Federation for hosting the most successful Afcon in the history of this competition. Can we clap hands for them, please? And also to thank them for their hospitality, to thank them for the infrastructure, the stadiums, the love that was shown by the people of Morocco to all our football lovers from all over the world. We're enormously grateful, and the success of Afcon in Morocco is a wonderful foundation on which to build and provide a huge inspiration for Afcon next year in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. I also want to express my personal deep gratitude to every one of the 24 nations that participated in Afcon Morocco. We're very proud of every one of you, and a special congratulations to Senegal for having won, and gratitude to the heads of state and the people of the 24 countries that were part of the Afcon in Morocco. We showed the world the best of African football, and it's a moment of enormous pride. Now let me talk quickly as well about what disappointed me enormously. And when I gave my statement a few days after the Afcon in Morocco, I used the words, I was extremely disappointed with what took place at the final. Very embarrassing. That should never happen again. It will never happen again. It's a blemish on the outstanding Afcon we had. And of course, as president of CAF, I may not comment on the proceedings which is in front, or which was in front of the CAF disciplinary board, and is now apparently going to the appeal and will proceed thereafter and go to CAS if what I'm told will happen. But I'm very clear in my mind, as the president of CAF and as the leadership of EXCO, in the beautiful meeting we had now, and the 54 nations whose member associations are part of CAF, we have a deep commitment. It is absolutely non-negotiable that we will maintain the integrity, we will maintain the credibility, we will maintain the impartiality of referees, African referees, CAF referees, VAR operators and match commissioners. And we spent a lot of time in the meeting receiving a report from the chairman of the referees committee on the performance of the referees in the final and the performance of the match commissioner, of the VAR operators in the finals of the match in Morocco, as well as we spent some time talking about the performances of the referees throughout the competition. And I am absolutely determined, and CAF is absolutely determined, and the leadership of CAF, the highest decision-making body in CAF, the CAF EXCO, to make sure that in the judgment of ordinary football people, there are two things we have been doing and we will do. We'll make sure that the referees and the VAR operators and the match commissioners are world-class in their training, in their expertise, in the quality of decisions they take. And it's very, very important. And that's why there's this consistent peer review. As the chairman of the referees committee came to give us a report on the CAF referees committee's assessment of the performance of the referee, as well as of the performance of the VAR operators in the finals in Morocco. So we will make sure that the quality of our referees are world-class, and to the extent that there are challenges and problems and weaknesses, we'll fix them. But another very important thing, and this is very, very essential, that ordinary football lovers in Africa and throughout the world, they must look at the decisions that our referees and VAR operators take and believe that those decisions are just, fair, and equitable. So I'm absolutely confident that the excellent report we got about the performance of the referees and the VAR operators in Cote d'Ivoire, we got exceptional reports of the previous Afcon in 2023, where the feedback was African referees, African VAR operators are amongst the best in the world. So our expectation is that Morocco, the Afcon in Morocco, would continue and maintain that exceptional respect. And the perception overall is that, particularly in relation to some of the incidences in their totality, that it was a moment of extreme disappointment for me, and we will fix that. One other thing I want to raise before I close that part is we took a resolution that EXCO took a resolution that we will look at the rules, the regulations that are currently existing. And these are the rules and regulations that restricted, that prohibited, they put a limit on the quantum of sanctions and punishment and fines and various other sanctions that could have been imposed. So what we are clear is the sanction, the fines that will be imposed, they have to be commensurate. They've got to reflect the gravity of the violation, of the contravention, of the CAF statutes and regulations, or even of the rules and regulations of the game. So that we will amend the CAF statutes, the CAF regulations, and the disciplinary code to make sure that there is an appropriately severe penalty, an appropriately severe sanction for extreme and severe violations of our rules, our regulations, and also for bringing the reputation and the respect of African football and the good name of African football into disrepute. What happened on the finals of the CAF in Morocco, that behavior and conduct, we don't ever want to see again. It should never happen again. We will not tolerate it. We've got zero tolerance and zero it's non-negotiable. And if people commit serious transgressions, there should be equally serious punishments and fines. Let's leave that and put it aside for a minute. This has been, if you put aside those blemishes, those moments where we need to change and we need to improve, and we will definitely change and we will definitely improve significantly to make sure that we are world class in the decisions of the referees, the match commissioners, the behavior of spectators and our competitions. So the quality of football has been recognized as being world class, amongst the best in the world. And as I said, the stadiums were world class, the pitch, the cooperation from the government and the people of Morocco, as I said, enormously grateful. And we have been more successful than ever before. There were, I don't have